If you have any relationships in your life that feel incomplete, whether they are romantic, familial, friendly, or otherwise, this video is for you. There is a theory in psychology that can help you improve any of your relationships. It's a simple theory, yet powerful in its application. It's known as the triangular theory of love, proposed by psychologist Robert Sternberg. And it can help you recognize what might be missing in your relationships and what can be done to make your relationships feel completely fulfilling. The basic idea in this theory is that relationships have these three main components: intimacy, passion, and commitment. This applies to romantic and non-romantic relationships. Some relationships only have two of the three components strongly present, and some only have one. When all three components are strongly present, this is known as consummate love or complete love. Now let's break down what each of these components means according to this theory. Commitment. This is straightforward. It means I'm here for you long term. In the context of monogamous romantic relationships, it means I'm loyal to you. I'm all yours. There are degrees of commitment, of course. Two people can go from talking to dating, to being exclusive, to being engaged, to being married, to that level of commitment where it's like, until the day the ocean doesn't touch the sand, now and forever, I will be your man. Intimacy. The best synonym for what intimacy means in this theory is closeness. When two people are intimate, they share their innermost feelings with one another. Intimacy refers to an emotional attachment, a deep bond, a willingness to see and be seen in the most authentic way. We cultivate it by having meaningful, personal conversations, sharing experiences together, and being tender with one another. Now, many people struggle to cultivate intimacy in relationships, and the people who struggle with this the most are those who have been hurt in the past. Most particularly, people who have been hurt in the past by people they trusted. Intimacy requires vulnerability, because by opening up, letting you in on all of my insecurities, my fears, my hopes and dreams, my story, I am opening my heart to you. And opening your heart requires that you don't try to defend it from getting broken. Vulnerability means you're susceptible to physical or emotional harm. So intimacy is understandably difficult for people who have been physically or emotionally harmed, but it's always possible to cultivate it. If you are someone who struggles with getting close to people, or if you're with someone like this, the key is trust. As trust builds, the person feels safe to be vulnerable, and intimacy can be cultivated. And one of the factors that can build trust is commitment. You need to know that this person is not just a phase, that they're not just some very temporary character in your story, but that they are committed to this relationship and that they understand the significance of you letting them into your inner world. So commitment can help instill trust, which encourages vulnerability, which enhances intimacy. Passion. The best synonym for what passion means in this theory is intensity. Passion refers to the strength of the feelings for the other person. In sexual relationships, this is where we find feelings of attraction and sexual desire. It's very interesting because although there is some science to explain why we are attracted to people, ultimately, it can be mysterious. As Ed said, people fall in love in mysterious ways. Sometimes we might even come up with a bunch of reasons for why we are attracted to someone that aren't even it. Sometimes it's just an instinct. In non-sexual relationships, passion is just referring to a sheer intensity to your love for this person, like the way a parent loves a child. Any loving parent would die for their kids, kill for their kids, do anything for their kids. The love is so intense that we can't put it into words and we can't even contain it. Passion is a potent fuel source for a relationship that generates creativity, spontaneity, excitement, and freshness. Now, in this triangular theory of love, there are labels to describe each type of relationship based on which components are strongly present. When only passion is present, this is known as infatuation. This makes sense, right? There's no commitment, and there's not even any intimacy, so you don't even really know the person. It's nothing but intense feelings that are based on strictly superficial features, and the relationship has an obsessive and shallow quality. So it's infatuation. When only commitment is present, this is known as empty love. There's nothing but the commitment. No strong feelings, no effort to continue getting to know each other. It's when two people are bound together by nothing more than a promise. When people stay together just for the kids, or they just find a way to coexist, tolerating each other in a relationship atmosphere of aloofness and disconnection. When only intimacy is present, this is known as liking. Not in a trivial sense, but in a sense of, I really like this person. I don't necessarily see them in my life long term, and I don't necessarily have very strong feelings for them, but I can really open up to them. I feel comfortable in their presence, and we connect easily. When intimacy and commitment are strongly present, this is known as companionate love. This is the friend zone. This is when people feel committed to staying in each other's lives long term, and they feel that they understand each other well. There aren't necessarily intense feelings in the relationship, and there isn't sexual attraction, but the two are genuine companions. When intimacy and passion are strongly present, this is known as romantic love. And this label does apply to non-sexual relationships as well. You can make a friend on a vacation and you both know that you're not necessarily going to stay friends long term, but you really enjoy hanging out and adventuring together. Romantic love does apply to romantic relationships too, of course, and it's when the passion is running high and the intimacy is running deep, the physical connection is very exciting and the emotional connection is real. Couples are making love and then pillow talking into the night. No one is making any lifelong promises yet, but both people understand that, at least for the time being, this is so romantic. When passion and commitment are strongly present, this is known as fatuous love or silly love. It's silly because people ride the tidal wave of passion to long-term commitments before they even really know each other intimately. Passion can make us act irrationally. And although wise men say only fools rush in, I can't help falling in love with you. Sometimes, once the passion settles, we realize it was a little silly to rush it. Maybe I should have gotten to know this person better. Sometimes, however, it works out. And after the passion settles, intimacy develops and we love what we learn about the other person. The pursuit of love doesn't always have to be rational. When all three components of the triangle are strongly present, this is known as complete love. And it is a totally fulfilling relationship, with each component enhancing the others. To finish this video, I just want to offer some simple strategies for increasing the presence of each component in your relationships. If intimacy is lacking, build the trust and garner the courage necessary to be vulnerable. And remember that you and the people in your life are always changing. Therefore, getting to know them never ends. There are inexhaustible layers of depth and meaning to an individual. So don't start thinking that you've learned all there is to know about this person, or that you've grown as close to them as you can. If commitment is lacking, realize that there comes a time in relationships to burn your ships or sail away. Eyeing the escape route, thinking about other options, can rob the relationship of the energy necessary to make it work. Not all relationships are meant to be complete, but if you feel that this one can be, or that you want it to be, go all in emotionally, and it will change your behavior in a way that enhances the relationship. If passion is lacking in a romantic relationship, remember that even if you're married or exclusive with someone, you are still competing to prove that you are the ideal partner. Not that you should feel insecure, but an excessive sense of security can extinguish passion. And additionally, be sure that each of you maintains your individuality instead of blending into each other. This too tends to maintain and increase passion. In non-romantic relationships, if you want to increase the passion, remember the fact that there is a goodbye coming. You don't have forever with this person. This perspective strengthens our feelings for people. It helps us reach complete love. It's well known in psychology that satisfying relationships are the key to happiness. I hope this video has given you ways to improve your relationships and therefore bring you greater happiness. Thank you for watching.
If you like this video and you want to see more, please subscribe.